What's up, guys? So I just wanted to cover the size of the arcade one-up cabinet when it sits on a riser. So I was lucky enough to get my hands on a riser, and I put it together. It went together really fast. It's really easy to put together. It comes in this very small and easy to manage box. You can just carry it with your hands. The riser is made out of an MDF particle board, maybe, or an MDF. And it's laminated. It's actually quite nice. I was really surprised with the quality of it. And it took me less than 10 minutes to put it together. So why I moved all these arcades into my kitchen and living room is so I could kind of demonstrate the size difference between an arcade one-up machine, a cabaret machine, and a full-size arcade machine. There's been a lot of debate, you know, if the arcade one-up's going to be tall enough or if it's going to be too small. So I went ahead and staged all these here so we can go ahead and compare them one by one. Just a slight disclaimer, the full-size cabinets, the cabaret and the cabinet here, are on wheels. So they are about maybe, I don't know, 1.5 inches higher than they normally would be if they were sitting on the floor. So with that being said, I just wanted to show you really quick. So this is a Missile Command cabaret. And I'm about 6'1", 6'1", and this is a really good height for me to play. Now, keep in mind, for those of you familiar with the cabaret, the monitor is actually pointed upward. So when I'm playing, the monitor is, I'm looking down at it, and it's pretty easy to see. So obviously, this is designed to be played with, you know, at this level. So no problems there. Now, if we go to a full-size arcade cabinet, and for those of you who know full-size arcade cabinets, they are beasts. I mean, this guy weighs probably about 400 pounds. If it wasn't on wheels, I mean, it would just be a real challenge to move it around. So if you do have any real arcade cabinets, I highly recommend putting them on wheels. Make sure the wheels can handle the weight, but it makes moving them around a lot easier. So this is a full-size Dig Dug. The control panel is at an optimal height. I have no problems playing this. It's very comfortable for me. Now, if I was like shorter, like a kid, I might actually be reaching up to the control panel, and it might not be that comfortable for me. So lastly, I have here the Asteroids Arcade One-Up machine. I put it on the riser, and Arcade One-Up claims that this riser makes the machine comparable to a full-size arcade cabinet. So, you know, you can see right here, the Dig Dug control panel's here, arcade one-up, maybe, I don't know, let me grab a tape measure. Ah, I got one. So maybe the arcade one-up is, looks like about 5 inches below the Dig Dug control panel. And let's take about 1 inch, let's take about 2 inches away from this guy since it's sitting on wheels. So if we took 2 inches away, we're talking about a 3-inch difference. So a 3-inch difference between the height of the Dig Dug and the height of the arcade one-up cabinet. And for the Missile Command cabaret, looking at about the same difference. So these guys, the full-size ones, are pretty much equal with their height. So the big question is, with the arcade one-up machine sitting on the riser, is it comfortable to play? So for this, I am going to push the Missile Command off to the side here a little bit, push the Dig Dug back here just a little bit. And that way I can stand next to it. Now keep in mind I'm right around 6 feet, 6'1", and I can tell you that it is comfortable to play this machine for somebody that's my height. I have no problems reaching, you know, the control panel is not too low. I can see the screen just fine. So this works. In a perfect world, maybe I would want this monitor angled up a little bit so, you know, I'm looking down at it a little bit, and it's more of a line of sight. But with the monitor where it is right now, it's totally doable. And if I was a couple inches shorter, like 5'8", 5'9", it definitely really would be ideal. And also, if you have like a bar stool, you know, I don't have one, but if you did have one, you know, that would also be probably pretty cool. You could sit here and play it. So the moral of the story here is the riser definitely does make the machine a lot more playable. It brings it up to a height that's really comfortable, and I just think it's a great thing to get if you get one of these cabinets. So I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this informative.